Hey guys, I'm P-Freak and welcome back to Pokemon Fire Red. Last time we made through the Viridian Forest, got our second party member in Rhett, and made it here to Pewter City, where we were told to go face in our first gym. In this part, we're going to do exactly that and go inside the gym. Hiya, do you want to dream big? Do you dare dream of becoming Pokemon champion? I'm no trainer, but I can advise you on how to win. Let me take you to the top. Alright then, I guess. Alright, let's get happening. First Pokemon out in a match is at the top left of the Pokemon list. By changing the order of Pokemon, you may gain an advantage. Try different orders to suit your opponent's party. Well, that didn't help us nearly as much as you do in the future. There's always this guy here at the beginning of almost every gym telling you how the gym works, basically. So, anyways, this is our first gym. Each gym specializes in a different type, typically. There are some exceptions later on, but at least within this game, they do specialize in a single type. This type is the Rock type. And Water types are super effective against Rock types, so I'm good. But what if you chose Charmander? What do you do then? You could either grind up Charmander to have it be at ridiculous levels, or there's actually a Pokemon you can actually catch in Route 22 called Mankey. Mankey is a fighting type, which is also super effective to Rock types. So you could always use it, at least temporarily, to defeat this gym before continuing on. Anyways, with that all said and done, this guy was technically required, but the thing about gym trainers is that if you beat the gym leader, then you can't rebattle the gym trainers, even if you never battled them before. So I am going to go through all the gym trainers first. When we get more of them, I will skip the fights, but for the most part, at least for this battle, I will show it off. Just to show you that, as I said, it's super effective. Now, unfortunately, Bubble is a weak Water-type move. We don't have the better move, Water Gun, quite yet, but eventually we'll get it. And once we do get that, we're going to be replacing Bubble. Unfortunately, you can only have 4 moves on a Pokemon at a time, so... Now, despite the fact that Crash grew to level 11, and I usually like to keep my Pokemon at even levels, by the way, I did fight all those trainers off screen, that's why Rhett is also level 10. Sandshrews not a Rock type, Sandshrews a Ground type. Doesn't really matter. Both Grass type moves and Water type moves are super effective against Ground types as well. Anyways, so I did fight all the trainers, and I did level up Rhett a bit more. Rhett learned a nice little move called Thunder Wave, which really helps with capturing Pokemon, because it basically guarantees paralysis, except on, I think, Ground types. Or Electric types. One of those two. Or both. Or neither. I'm pretty sure it's at least one of them. But yeah, eventually, I do wish we had a better Water-type move than Bubble, but as I was saying also, despite the fact that I like to keep my Pokemon levels relatively even, I'm going to use exclusively Crash within this gym. But that was the only trainer we had before we faced the gym leader. So you're here. I'm Brock, the Pewter's gym leader. My rock-hard willpower is evident even in my Pokemon. My Pokemon are all rock-hard and have true grit determination. God, did that not age well. That's right, my Pokemon are all the Rock type. Haha, you're going to challenge me knowing that you'll lose? That's the trainer's honor that compels you to challenge me. Fine then, show me your best. Sure are cocky for a first gym leader. It's not like the No, I'm not going to talk about later generations. I need to stop doing that. But anyways, Brock. He's... Like I said, if you started out with Squirtle or Bulbasaur, he's not that much of an issue. It's if you started out with Charmander that he's a bit difficult. Especially considering Charmander's full evolution is 4 times weak to Rock types. But that's for a later time. Otherwise, he can be difficult. He's usually in a lot of challenge battles. He's the first big hurdle to get over. Once that's done, he's... everything else... Oh, hey! Speaking of the devil, or speaking of an earlier devil. This couldn't have come at a better time, really. See, Bubble only has 20 base power, while Water Gun has 40. Which means hopefully that whatever Pokemon he sends out next will be able to one-shot easily. And Onix. Onix is a bit scary, to be honest. It's a lot faster. Like, it's really fast for a Rock type. You don't expect it to be so fast. And Bind basically does never mind, it doesn't matter. We did just completely one-shot the thing. While Rock types have great physical defense, they do not have the great special defense. And with that, Crash is 4 levels above Rhett now. Nice. Took you for granted, so I lost. As proof of your victory, I confer you with this, the official Pokemon League Boulder Badge. And we got the Boulder Badge. This is one of the few times we actually get the badge in the middle of the battle cutscene instead of outside of the battle. Just having the Boulder Badge makes your Pokemon more powerful. It also enables the use of the move Flash outside of battle. Of course, Pokemon must know the move Flash to use it. And we don't have any Pokemon that know said move Flash. We will eventually, though. Wait, take this with you. And we also get TM39. A TM, technical machine, contains a technique for a Pokemon. Using a TM teaches the moves that it contains to a Pokemon. A TM is good for only one use. So, when you use one, pick the Pokemon carefully. Anyways, TM39 contains Rock Tomb. It hurls boulders at the foe and lowers its speed. I don't think any of our Pokemon can learn Rock Tomb right now, but it's not like I'd really want to teach them Rock Tomb anyways. They're special attackers right now, and we don't have a physical attacker yet. Anyways, was there something over here? I feel like if you walk around a bit and then just keep tapping A, you can eventually find hidden items. I mentioned hidden items earlier, see, like that, Pokeball, where they're hidden underground, but you can't see a sprite for them, so eventually we'll get an item to find them easier, but anyways, we had that other person briefly mention the museum, so let's explore the museum for a bit. Yes, it's $50 for a child's ticket. Would you like to come in? Right, $50, thank you. 50. Well, I guess it's comparative to yen, which is that would only be about more like 50 cents to go in here. Geez, the 2000s were such a nicer time. Aerodactyl Fossil, a primitive and rare Pokemon. I should be grateful for my long life. Never did I think I'd get to see the bones of a dragon. Aerodactyl's not a dragon, though. Kabutops Fossil, primitive and rare Pokemon. These are all primitive and rare Pokemons. I want a Pikachu, it's so cute. I asked my dad to catch me one. I have a Pikachu, boyo. Yeah, Pikachu soon, I promise. You're one of those deadbeat dads who make false promises. This month we're running a space exhibit. Ooh. Space shuttle, no shit. And whatever here, meteorites? A meteorite that fell from Mount Moon is thought to be a moonstone. Well, I wasn't wrong. Moonstone, huh? What's so special about it? It looks like an ordinary rock to me. I don't know, maybe we'll learn more about that later. July 20th, 1969. Humankind first set foot on the moon that day. I bought a color TV just so I could watch that news. Which was ironic considering that majority of it was all in black and white. I've never actually seen the full footage of the moon landing myself. Yes, I am 20 years old, and I've never seen the moon landing footage. Now granted, in this day and age, I could probably just look it up online and find it easily on like YouTube or something. Anyways, now that we explored the museum, real quickly before we move onwards, I want to buy something here that I did buy earlier. Repels prevents weak wild Pokemon from appearing for 100 steps. You are going to want to buy as many of these as you can before we make it off to the next dungeon. Because unlike Viridian Forest where we have tall grass to actually tell where the Pokemon will be, the next dungeon, Pokemon can appear on literally every tile you can walk on. And that's going to get annoying to have to go through battles constantly. Who the hell are you? Oh, Jordan. I'm glad I caught up to you. I'm Professor Oak's aide. I've been asked to deliver this to you, so here you go. We get the running shoes, thank freaking God. Press B button to run, but only where there's room to zoom. Well, I must be going back to the lab. Bye-bye. The running shoes, introduced in this generation. There's a letter attached. Dear Jordan, here's a pair of running shoes for my beloved challenger. Remember, I'll always cheer for you. Don't ever give up. From Mom. How sweet. Anyways, what they do, they allow us to run. Even though our cycle looks basically the same, almost, but they allow us to traverse faster than a normal walking speed, which is nice. There's a third movement option that we will get eventually that's even faster than running. But until then, this is the best we got. And you can only run outdoors, unfortunately. You can't run indoors. This was fixed within the next generation. Anyways, I believe you are a required trainer, so I guess we just gotta fight you. You saw us in the Viridian Forest, eh? This would be a funny line if, like, unless he... I don't know, I didn't check the names of all the trainers, so unless he was, like, the only required battle there, this otherwise would not make sense, and I just realized I should probably switch over to Rhett. She needs some level ups as well. But unfortunately for Rhett, she won't be the only new party member we'll have for very long. Because on this route, we should be getting another party member if my information is correct. Yeah, I know. 3 party members within 3 parts. Like I said, unfortunately, a lot of the really good Pokemon are here in the early game, at least. Well, not a lot of them, but like some of them that I have for my team are here in the early game. But eventually they get spread out a bit more later on. Hopefully, kind of. No poison, no poison, no poison. Okay. Red's gotten really lucky with not getting poisoned. Typically in a normal playthrough, I'd be getting poisoned all the time. Yeah. Another fun thing about paralysis, which is both fun and anti-fun, is that if your Pokemon gets paralyzed, their speed is also halved. So, and useless crits. So for Ret, it would be a lot easier to still be faster than these caterpillars without being slowed if they're paralyzed, at least to a certain degree. I'm not going to waste time using Thunder Wave, I'm just going to Thunder Shock if one, and hopefully, maybe we'll get an actually useful crit. Nope, not today apparently. Alright, easy peasy. Now, I probably should stop at the Pokemon Center and heal everyone up. I forgot to do that after Brock, so I'll be right back. Okay, back on Route 3. I unfortunately ran into that last that's just below the bug catcher and had Red level up. But in return, Red did, of course, level up. And she also learned Quick Attack. An almost invisibly fast attack that is certain to strike first. Not entirely, there's some... Basically, this goes into the little priority thing. Some moves have priority, and the higher your priority, the more likely you are to go first in a battle, despite your speed. Alright, now, but I believe if we don't fight you... Okay, no. It's if we don't fight you, we're going to have this trainer block our path. So that makes at least one of these guys a required trainer. So, just to save on time, we're going to fight you. Now, when I mean that at least one of them required, you can fight the last that's up there, or Schoolgirl or whatever she is, run back to Pewter City, then run back to Route 3, and she'll be in her original position. Otherwise, you're going to have to walk around to the bug catcher you were trying to avoid. Now, I believe this is cheaper in Red, Blue, and Yellow because you actually cannot see her until you actually move into her line of sight. But here, since we have a wider screen, we're actually able to see her before she's able to block us off. Or if you're in a rush, you could just completely forget about that by accident. But yeah, at least one of these guys is required, if not both of them. Jeez, all these freaking bug catchers, all they do is just lower my speed and make things go a lot slower. Can't you guys do anything besides String Shot? Honestly. Oh, something new. I don't think you'll have... Will you have String Shot? Or will you just keep hardening? Will it be a battle of the Hardens? God, that was a stupid episode of the anime. A lot of episodes of the anime are kind of dumb. But everyone says that the original was so good and well worth watching, and then the modern ones are so stupid. It's like, no, I think they're all just toned down. Like, at least I've heard that's the Sun and Moon anime is alright. I think same thing for Sword and Shield anime, but everything else, everyone else just does not like. Paralyzed. Thundershock has a slight chance of paralyzing targets, so now Metapod has its speed reduced in half and has a chance of not being able to move at all. Fainting also gives you a chance to not moving at all. If I had a new Pokemon, I would have won. Sure you would have, kid. Sure you would have. And I think you're another required trainer, unfortunately. Yeah, we should be fine. I'll battle you with Pokemon I just caught. I'll battle you with Pokemon I just caught. I mean, okay then? I mean, I do it too, so... But sometimes you do want to just train the Pokemon up a bit before you actually battle it. Where the hell did you just catch a level 11 Caterpie 1? 2, why is that thing not evolved yet? Caterpie and Weedle both fully evolve at level 10 if you evolve them into a Metapod and Kakuna respectively at level 7. This is what I meant by they can be really strong early game, but then late game they just kind of fall off. They fully evolve into their second state, into the second evolution stage at level 10. See, that Metapod should be a Butterfree, but you know, just the AI in this game does not understand logic. It is a sad, sad truth. Unfortunately, that's also why Bug-type was not a great type in the original games. Bug-type was Psychic-type's only weakness, if I remember correctly, and Psychic-type was freaking rampant in the original games. But the unfortunate thing is that the strongest move, I think, was Twin Needle, which is the signature move of Weedle's fully evolved form, Beedrill. And the thing is that it only had like 20 base power or something like that, so it was not that great. So the best way to fight a second type was with a second type of your own, because they're just that powerful. I can speak. Anyways, I mentioned earlier that we were going to be looking for another new party member this part, and here they are, Nidoran male, as opposed to, yes, a Nidoran female. This was before genders were implemented, where these were the only guys who were classified by their gender, and actually made them two separate types. So, hopefully the Thunder Shock does not KO. Okay. And there's an example of Paralysis not making the Pokemon move at all. And with that all said and done, let's throw a Pokeball. Like I said, Paralysis increases the chances of you actually catching the Pokemon, so I'll be keeping Thunder Wave for a while. It's a really good move in general. It was nerfed a bit, I think, where it had its accuracy lowered, which is kind of annoying. But not here. Its large ears are flat like wings when it is listening to distant sounds. It extends toxic barbs when angered. Nidoran is known to be one of the best Pokemon when it fully evolves, especially in the first generation. I still think in this generation it's not too bad. Let's see, what should we name you? I always have issues with nicknames. You look like a bun. I'm gonna call you Bun Bun. I have no idea what Nidoran's actually supposed to be based off of, but it looks like a bunny. I'm naming it Bun Bun. Alright, what nature do we have? Hardy. That's actually a neutral nature, if I remember correctly. So none of its stats are raised, but none of them are lowered either. I'll take that, gladly. Like I said, not looking for the perfect natures here, just looking for ones that aren't completely useless. God damn it. Okay, so I'm just going to apologize real quick. It looks like Audacity was having some issues for a moment while I was on my way back, so the audio may be a little not as properly synced as it usually is, but it shouldn't be much of a problem. Also, I'm going to do what's referred to in the Pokemon universe as switch trading, where basically I have Bun Bun in the front of the party, I have it participate briefly for one turn, and then I switch it out to Rhett or Crash in order for it to gain half the experience. Experience is split amongst all the participants of a battle. They don't have to attack, they just have to be in the front lines eventually. Sorry. I'm starting to lose my voice, which is not a good thing. Anyway, oh wow, that's Boulder Badge. You got it from Brock, didn't you? Brock is cool. He's not just tough. People like him, respect him. I want to become gym leader like him. I'm sure you do, kid. Hey, I'm talking to you, hello. Ouch, I tripped over a rocky Pokemon Geodude. Alright. Jeez, okay, I think I'm really starting to lose my voice, so I better end this quick. Over here, you see the little dark patch, we get a Persim Berry. Berries were not introduced until Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, where the Persim Berry, it heals confusion. So these are just scattered in amongst the remakes of the game, I'm assuming. Anyways, we're all the way up here to this area, Mount Moon. This is going to be our next dungeon. We saw it briefly mentioned in the museum. We also have a Pokemon Center for if you need to heal up beforehand. But I think I'm going to end this here. You can hear, I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it. My voice is starting to get lost. So I'm going to stop here. That's going to be it for this part. We battled Brock and we made it to Mount Moon. If you like what I do, subscribe to my channel, consider supporting me on Patreon, follow me on all social media links. All that will be in the description. That'll be it for this part. I'll see you all next time where we make it through Mount Moon. See you then.